Welcome back to ASX Market Watch and charting trend signals around the world. I'm just going to jump straight into it today, make it a fairly quick one, get into the nitty-gritty and the basics. Guys, it's very important because the All Ordinaries, last week it actually made a really short-term entry signal, so we had a short-term trend confirmation that the trend was turning up around here, guys. That was the crossing of the trend line. And then, since then, on Friday, beautiful Friday, it makes a little zigzag pattern up. Now, that's usually a confirmation of a short-term entry signal on the All Ordinaries. And to be quite frank, I was getting ready to buy stocks as well. And on Monday, or over the weekend, we had this announcement of the carbon tax. And this day is how the market has reacted. It's gone down more than 1%. And so basically what that means, guys, is that it's a false signal at the moment. What it also means is that we now have a flatter trend line, which is great news because it means a stronger signal down the track. But currently, the All Ordinaries remains in a downtrend. So, at least the uptrend is not confirmed. I know last week we said Elliott Wave would hopefully find a bottom at 4,500. We've just got to basically wait for confirmation. I prefer to wait on the trend confirmation, guys. Just really, really quickly again, the 50% retracement of the full bear market is right up here at 5,000, the 5,000 level. So that's a Gann percentage. And guys, this is a weekly chart right here. As you can see, this is a little zigzag pattern down. That is a Dow theory exit. Yep, that's right. So basically Dow theory and Gann, some of Gann's theories are basically forming the same theory that the market is heading down. And unfortunately on a daily chart, we are still in a downward trend as well on the All Ordinaries. So that's what that is at the moment. On the Dow Jones, what we've got is we had a short-term up move. Yes, that was beautiful over a couple of days. As you can see, it crossed the trend line. Not rocket science. We called it around about here approximately. Now the market, basically, we had some bad news on Friday, but it recovered very well. What we've got is resistance up the top here, but the uptrend, we haven't really got a higher trough to get a solid uptrend yet. So what we're looking for is a higher trough, and then, well, we'll see where the market goes from there. It may even potentially go down. But basically, it's in a really short-term uptrend at the moment. The resistance is at 12,869, and it may find resistance before that, as it looks like it's doing at the moment. So yeah, basically, we could be looking at more sideways action over the next couple of months. Really quickly, the FTSE is in exactly the same position, except it did find resistance at the previous peak right here. And that's exactly what's happening on the FTSE right now. We did call a short-term entry signal right there, so that was very short term, and now I would call a short-term exit signal because it's bounced off the top of that resistance. As you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 times it's bounced off that resistance level at 6,100. That's exactly where we said the resistance would be on the FTSE. So basically that's the FTSE at the moment. Expect a test of the bottom level again, potentially. If it breaks above 6,100, that's happy days on the FTSE. Really quickly, we'll check out the Shanghai Composite. Shanghai Composite is very similar. We called a short-term entry signal around about an early warning at about 27,045, and then a solid signal at about 27,090. But again, it may be a false signal on the Shanghai Composite. If it is, guys, if the market falls below this previous trough here at 27,030 on the Shanghai Composite, that would mean it would be a false signal, and we'd get to flatten our trend line here, which would mean for better signals down the track. At the moment, it's still in this trend channel right here. So yeah, unfortunately, the world is still sort of either in a sideways or a downward movement, and we're just really waiting for a solid signal to come out of it. On the Nikkei, we did have a solid signal come out of it a couple of weeks ago. As you can see, it crossed the uptrend line and it made a little zigzag pattern up. We called a short-term entry signal right here at 9,744. Let me just be really clear about this bar here, guys. This bar is a single bar reversal. This one right here up the top. It's Friday's bar. On Monday, I'm not sure, I can't remember what's happened on Monday. I think it has fallen a little bit, probably down to about 10, around 1,000 potentially. So basically this single bar up here, very high open, and then a very I'll see if I can enlarge it. There we go. A very low close, and it's also gapped a little bit. So people will call that an island reversal bar. It's a single bar reversal, and yeah. So on a short-term basis, you might trade that to the downside. If you wanted a stronger signal, we do have an uptrend line, and the support is at 10,000 now. It was resistance, and when resistance is crossed right here. When resistance is crossed, guys, it becomes support. Exactly right. So you guys already know exactly what's going on there. But that is the Nikkei. Very simple stuff. And really quickly, Hong Kong, the Hang Seng. This is a downtrend line. Again, we called a really short-term uptrend right here at about 22,200. And yeah, basically, if it closes back below 22,200, it would be a false signal on the Hang Seng. Until then, it's still in its short-term uptrend, but I think it's coming close at the moment to being a false signal. Now, when we get false signals, it's a great thing because it means we get to flatten our trend line like that. And when we have a flatter trend line, it means better things for our entry signals. It means it's a more solid entry signal, and that's happy days, basically. Last but not least is the BSE 30, the Bombay Stock Exchange. And again, loving this. And, over the last couple of weeks, we called a really short-term entry, like a sort of a trend change potentially, way back down here actually, at about 18,244. We said that there would be resistance up here at the long-term trend line, and that's exactly what has happened. So that's on the BSE 30. Guys, we haven't really had a solid... It would have to really close above 19,150 to be a good entry signal on the BSE 30. Until then, I would be very wary. And as you can see, this is the longer term move. We're in a very longer term sideways to downward movement on the BSE 30. So expect another test of the bottom channel here, which is around 17,364. That's your potential move at the moment. And that's the charting signals around the world. Sorry I've left it until Monday, but you know what? When we have announcements like we had in Australia over the weekend, it's a good opportunity to get flat in the market and just basically wait and see how the market digests it. And as you can see on the All Ordinaries, it has not digested it very well. In fact, I would say it's given it indigestion. So that's the All Ordinaries, and I'm getting flat. Basically, I'm getting back into cash on the All Ordinaries, unfortunately, but we'll get a new move soon. It always comes around. Guys, I'll see you next week. Have a great week. Happy trending. Happy days. And yeah, until then, I'll see you then, guys. Bye for now.